Welcome to the Explainer. Okay, today we are unpacking a highly practical layer-by-layer blueprint for building a cost-efficient, enterprise-grade AI customer support platform. This is easily one of the most exciting applications of generative AI out there right now, and we're going to use our time today to completely break down the optimal tech stack to make it happen. Let's dive right in.
So let's start with the real stakes. Let's set aside all that AI hype for a minute and ask, what actually makes this technology so hard to pull off in the real world? Because, building a little toy chatbot, incredibly easy. But building a robust system that actually serves your customers without breaking your budget, or worse, ruining your brand reputation, that is a completely different ballgame.
Well, it basically comes down to four massive hurdles. We have to solve for pure accuracy, smooth escalation, massive scale, and constant learning. We absolutely cannot have an AI that just guesses. It needs to know your actual products. It needs to know exactly when it's out of its depth. It has to handle thousands of concurrent chats at once, and it has to get smarter as your business evolves.
Here is our architectural blueprint for today. We'll be looking at the interface and backend, powering the AI engine, the human safety net, analytics and infrastructure base, and finally, we'll wrap up with the Stack Decoded. All right, part one, the interface and backend. That covers layers 1 and 2.
Starting right at the surface with layer 1, you need a lightweight widget that's completely independent of your main app framework. You'll definitely want React with TypeScript for the internal support dashboard where your agents actually work, but you've got to keep that customer-facing widget as pure vanilla JavaScript. Why? Because it literally has to load instantly on any website regardless of their framework. Add in WebSockets, and those messages push instantaneously without any of those clunky page refreshes. Moving down to layer 2, we've got our backend. This manages all the conversation states, whether a chat is brand new, in progress, escalated, or completely resolved. Now, Node.js with Nest.js is a fantastic choice for real-time messaging here. Or FastAPI is amazing if you want to keep your AI and your backend logic strictly in Python. But whatever you choose, structuring conversations as a strict state machine is absolutely critical. It guarantees that those handoffs between the AI and human agents are totally predictable and never ever lost in either. Now, here is a crucial insight for protecting your budget. Keep the widget extremely small and stick to a modular monolith for the backend. Since the routing and the AI pipeline are so tightly coupled early on, a modular monolith saves you massive amounts of architectural overhead compared to over-engineering some crazy microservices webwrite out of the gate. Moving on to part 2, powering the AI engine. Layers 3 and 4. Okay, now we dive into the core intelligence. Have you heard of RAG, Retrieval-Augmented Generation? It is literally the absolute key to making an AI genuinely useful. Instead of just asking an AI a question and crossing your fingers that it guesses correctly, RAG actually dips into your specific company help articles and past resolved tickets, grabbing the exact right information first to construct a fully grounded response. You see, a generic AI hallucinates, right? But a RAG AI stays grounded. Layer 3 uses vector databases to search your actual docs before answering. And the cost-efficient secret weapon here? It's pgvector. It's a free open-source extension that adds vector search directly into Postgres. So if you already run Postgres, you don't even need to spin up and pay for a separate database. You just keep it all under one roof. And for layer 4, the real trick to controlling costs is smart routing. You really don't need to train your own model from scratch, but you also shouldn't be wasting expensive compute power on a basic password reset. If a customer asks a simple question, route it to a fast, cheap model. But if it's a deeply technical issue, you escalate that specific query to a heavier, more capable model. Your costs drop dramatically, and the customer never even notices the swap. Which brings us to part 3, the human safety net, layer 5. This is a critical reframing. Think about it. What happens when the AI simply does not know the answer? No AI should ever pretend to be more confident than it actually is. So, we must build explicit confidence scoring into every single response. If that score drops below your set threshold, or say it detects a really frustrated customer, the AI needs to stop trying to be helpful and immediately hit the panic button for human backup. Because honestly, failed, frustrating AI interactions, they cost you way more in the long run. So this smooth handoff is vital. When low confidence is detected, a Redis-backed queue routes the chat directly to an agent. But here's the real magic, the context packaging. The human gets the whole chat history, what the AI searched for, and exactly why it failed. The customer transitions seamlessly without ever having to repeat a single word. All right, part 4, analytics and infrastructure base, layers 6 and 7. Down at the bedrock, layer 6 is all about the analytics. A fantastic, free, self-hosted tool like Metabase helps pinpoint exactly where your AI is stumbling. If the AI fails to answer a question, it's almost always because your documentation is missing or just bad. By tracking those successful answers against the escalations, your content teams know exactly which help articles they need to write next. And layer 7, that demands strict monitoring. Why? Well, because a slow AI response feels completely broken to a customer, even if the eventual text that pops up is perfectly accurate. So, containerize your apps with Docker, run them on a managed service like AWS ECS, and definitely use Prometheus and Grafana to watch your response latency like a hawk. Now, there's a unique, honestly, slightly terrifying rule of AI architecture you need to know. API costs scale unpredictably. Traditional infrastructure scales pretty smoothly, right? Generative AI APIs do not. Just one viral moment or a sudden spike in chat volume, and your API bill could absolutely skyrocket overnight. Setting hard financial alerts from day one is totally non-negotiable.
Finally, part 5, the Stack Decoded.
So let's pull all of this together. Here is your complete top-to-bottom stack. You have a lightweight Vanilla.js widget, a really sturdy React dashboard, and a backend running Nest.js or FastAPI. pVector is handling all your RAG retrievals. You're using an LLM API, but you're being super smart about routing those queries. Redis queues are managing your seamless human handoffs. Metabase gives you actionable analytics, and Docker with Prometheus keeps the whole thing humming. It is lean, it's highly effective, and it's enterprise ready. I want to leave you with a really powerful philosophy from the source material regarding this whole architecture. The goal here is not to replace your human agents entirely, not at all. It's to empower them by clearing out all that repetitive noise, seamlessly bringing them in exactly when human empathy and complex problem solving are truly required. If this explainer helped you map out your architecture, definitely check out the specific Uplatz courses below to start actually building these layers today. But as you start designing your own systems, consider this final thought. If your shiny new AI accurately and seamlessly escalated 30% of its tickets to a human today, would you consider that a failure of the AI or a brilliant triumph of your safety net?